13 and you signed up, you also got a little raffle ticket on the way. So make sure that you stick around for the end of the program because we're going to be giving away a couple of Music Lab t-shirts as well as our newly designed Music Lab hoodies. So make sure you check that out. And yeah, this is a really interesting lab because it's Women's History Month, and every time we have this come up, we always try to emphasize somebody who is identifying as a woman in the music industry. The guest for today just happens to be me, because I do that. So yeah. But because I'm normally the person that is coordinating all of that, I have to get some help. So if you're not sure or did not recall, Music Lab is presented through Hyphen. And Hyphen is Radio Milwaukee's urban alternative radio station here in the building. So we have some affiliates there. And I'm going to bring up my coworker, my colleague, the wonderful Miss Kim Shine. Yeah, give it up for Kim, y'all. So Kim is just, yeah.
I promise I'm cool. Maybe not as cool as me, but I promise I'm cool. You can clap for me too.
So Kim is just going to be helping me with a few of the normal artistic segues that we have and helping me lead the interview and all sort of stuff. So you'll see me pop in and out of director mode and artist mode. So just so you know what's going on. Okay, I'm leaving.
Bye, B. Bye for now, because she's about to come right back on the stage. So, who doesn't know B? Anybody? Okay, we have one person who doesn't. So I can tell you about her, but I don't know if you guys know about her background. Like, you see her every month. I don't know if you've been doing this for a long time. Maybe you've seen her for years. You know, she and Grace just doing this thing. But her background is serious. She doesn't just host this. She doesn't just curate this program for you guys so that y'all can have amazing careers after y'all leave high school and go to college and do whatever you want to do in the music or entertainment fields. But yeah, she just is dope. She's a flutist, a vocalist, pianist, songwriter, producer, and a music curator. And I'm going to read a little bit more about her bio and then bring her back on here so she can perform. So all of these titles make her very deserving of this title, the musical Swiss Army Knife. Now, B was born in Chicago. Then she came to Milwaukee. She's been in a musical family ever since she was born. And she started singing and playing piano early and then writing and composing music when she was 7 years old. Not sure how old you are, but how old are you? See, at your age, she already was writing and composing music, so maybe you can too, or maybe you already are, so that's pretty dope, right? So B majored in music at the Milwaukee High School of the Arts, Lincoln University in Pennsylvania, and Vandercook College of Music. She's also trained in many genres, including jazz, classical flute, voice, and piano. And she's a full music educator and artistic program director, and she's been doing that for more than a decade. So I told you, she's pretty awesome. B has also shared the stage with people like me, although I'm not as cool, but she's also shared stages with Slum Village, Dwele, BJ the Chicago Kid, Talib Kweli, and she served as direct opening support for Janelle Monáe. Do you guys know any of those names yet? Right. So she's very deserving to be on the stage as well. And she also performs with her husband, Quentin Farr, because he's a musical Army Knife as well. So you can check out B's free mixes, which is the remixes to your favorite songs. If you don't know, check her out on Instagram, because they are really awesome. They're very fun. You can check out her catalog of albums. You can stream her song, Hate to Love, with Duran Bernard. You can also stream her current song, I Produce My Own Ish. So that was long enough. Let's welcome B back to the stage. Okay, you guys can do better than that. Let's welcome B to the stage. And I'm gonna leave. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Kim. It's my first time here. I'm so excited. Oh my God. Now, so this is like, is there a way we can turn this light down? The front watch? Y'all know, it's like, thank you, Mallory. Give it up for Mallory, everybody. Kim was gracious enough to read like my whole shebang and bang. But I do a lot of things musically, and the topic for this month's lab is multidisciplinary artistry. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about the different things that I do and how I put them out creatively. This first song that I'm getting ready to perform is one that I released. It was really fun to put together. It was filmed in Selfie Hop and Selfie World, and it's a really dope pink video that goes with it. But this is a song that I produced. And it's pretty much just talking about situationships. I know some of y'all shouldn't be dealing with that yet, but y'all do anyway. So hopefully this will give you some strength to not have that thing going on in your life anymore. So it's called This Could Be Us. It's very vibey, so if you like what you hear, you can go ahead and rock and snap, you know. One of these, one of those, yeah. 2:30 in the morning, and I think I'm going crazy. Cause I've been drinking, I've been thinking how you steady playing in my face all day. And I've been counting all the moments, maybe think I was your baby, or at least a maybe. And now feelings are in, and you only know to pull away, always pulling away from me. Started off on top, every day amazing, now you wanna stop. Cause everything is changing, got me all of my feelings, but you didn't wanna. But you pull me up when you get down and tell me come over. Said I can't keep on loving you one foot out the door. I can't keep going on and if you ain't ready for more. Just another situationship, I need to let go. Cause I ain't playing this game no more. I said to me my hobby, but you didn't get it. Mistaken with it, yeah. Hey, giving it all. I'm tired. Said I don't know why you were killing us. You say you did it. If I'm good enough, you were with it. I don't talk on the phone, but I do it for you. Hit me up out the blue, telling me to come through. I pull up, we show out, and we do what we do. And for a minute I'll be thinking that we cool, but you just keep on. Said acting like you're crazy. You don't wanna be my baby. Can't believe I believed you for a moment. Now you got me open, hoping for nothing. You're so fitting. Now you wanna be different, cause you want everything that comes with being with me, but with no commitment. Boy, you can't be serious, gotta act all mysterious. I can see right through you and ready for my experience. Can't keep on loving you one foot out the door. I can't keep going on in if you ain't ready for more. And I don't know why you wanna be so content being alone. I ain't playing this game no more. I said to me by how they live. I ain't playing this game no more. I said to me by how they live. I ain't playing this game no more. Giving up, oh yeah, tired. I don't know why you be killing us. They say you did it. If I'm good enough, cause you ain't with it. Oh, need to back up off my life. I said to me by how this cause you'd rather be in a stupid stuff. Oh, mistake committed. I said I'm giving up. Oh, no, yeah. My time, yeah. Oh, you're killing us. Oh, if I'm good enough. Oh, hey, giving up. Hoping me a time.
It's hot because you just like killed us all. Like that was amazing. Did y'all really like that?
I love that. Thank you so much. I just came to get an easier mic to deal with.
That's fine. That's the first time I've seen you play flute in person.
Really?
Yes, I mean I've always watched your videos.
Yeah.
Total fan, but that was
Oh, thank
I
you.
felt it.
I'm glad that you were here for that. That was awesome. Thank you, Kim.
yes. I mean, and one of the questions I want to know is like, how long have you been doing the flute with your music? Because I'm pretty sure that there are students out here who also play,
Yeah.
and they're like, how do I incorporate that?
Yeah. Well, to talk about the flute, we have to talk about the beginning. Because you mentioned like having like a musical upbringing and everything, and that was true. My parents were musicians, so whether I wanted to or not, I was gonna end up playing or singing something. Luckily, as I was coming up and doing all sorts of things, like I really had music around me all the time, and I was playing a lot of things by ear. But I didn't have any formal training immediately until I moved to Milwaukee, ironically. So when I moved to Milwaukee when I was in middle school, and we had the opportunity to join band and things like that. And my instrument of choice, ironically, was the saxophone. I really wanted to play the sax. We got any saxophone players out here? Yeah, you guys are cool. So all my life, I really wanted to play the sax because that's all I used to see, like Lisa on The Simpsons playing. I was like, I want to be like her. But when they gave me the instrument, I did not understand the process of making sound with a reed. It's a whole like specific like process and embouchure with your mouth position and everything. It just wasn't happening. So they're like, "Oh, just try this instead." So they gave me a flute, and I was like, I guess, it's still in the same woodwind family. But eventually, it kind of stuck. It's funny enough, I learned how to play the flute wrong. Like all the fingerings for it, I taught myself my own comfortable fingerings. I didn't, because I was like, these fingers are hard. I'm gonna do whatever sounds right to me.
I wish I could have done that on the piano because I couldn't do
right. And nobody noticed for like a good few months because the pitches that I was playing were correct, but they didn't notice that my fingering was incorrect until they actually like started looking at what I was doing. I found out later on because I went to Milwaukee High School of the Arts. You got any arts kids out here? Whoop whoop. I had the privilege of majoring in music there, in voice and wind ensemble, and then eventually jazz. When I came to jazz, Dr. Syme, the director there, was the one who established that I have something called perfect pitch. So pretty much like there's innate ability that a few 100,000 people in the world have, where they can tell you what a note is without having to use like an instrument.
Does anybody in this audience also have perfect pitch?
That'd be great. So like, that's an E, right?
Okay.
Right, but like musician-wise, so that connects back to the flute. So the reason why I didn't know was because I was using my perfect pitch to hear the notes as they're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So that's a whole other story. Long story short, this has been with me for over 20 years. Yeah. And I know that we got people like Lizzo now who are making this kind of cool and stuff like that.
I think Lizzo was like watching your videos.
Listen,
I mean, no diss to Lizzo, but I think
right.
She was.
No, it's weird because like I really wanted to be the first. I wanted to be the breakout singer / flautist when I came out, but then she kind of took the stage. I was like, okay, well, fine, But I'm glad that it's raising awareness to how awesome the instrument is, and it's always been something I've tried to incorporate at the very least in my live performances. And then my next upcoming projects that I'll put out, I'm going to be putting some more flute incorporation in there. And I've had several of them. This is Lucille. This is the name of my current, my most prominent flute.
Hi.
Yes.
Lucille. Well, I will say, do you guys know recorders, like the little, okay. So that's all I do. Or that's all I did when it came.
Listen, there is a huge, professional recorders.
Really?
They're very difficult to play. So the fact that you even know how to do the starting one is a leg up.
That was it, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. So I just went to dance, and I danced with the band. So,
nice.
Still in there, but just not in there. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about some of the early music influences that you had growing up. Like, tell us a couple.
Well, I've always credited, my family and my household had a very eclectic mix of things. Like I know typical families or like Sundays you have Anita Baker and all those sorts of things playing, but also my father, he is a bassist, And also he's like one of those like slap basses too. So he listened to a lot of rock music. So as much as I would hear like that, I would also hear like Fishbone or like all sorts of like really interesting and a nice mix of stuff. But for me personally, I would say like the strongest influences I had started with Brandy. Yes, I always credit her to being like the first like official person that made me like when because I saw her when she was on this TV show called Thea, when she was just like 15 years, something years old. And then not long after that, she was doing her own thing. And then she was on Moesha. And I'm like, I watched her, like, in my little wee years, I watched her go through these little paths. I was like, I want to be Moesha when I grow up, you know? So I would say she's probably like the helm of things for me. But then also, as I got older, people like Jill Scott, you know, Tidra Moses, Vivian Green, those are the sorts of people that helped me start to shape my my personal artistic identity and taste.
I can definitely hear some of those people in your sound. I want to know. So B, when she started, she said that she sings, but she also produces her own music. Do we have anybody in here who does that? Who's similar to B, or is it Okay, all right.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I mean, like kudos to you guys for doing that. And I want to ask you more about that. Like, how did you even start to figure out, hey, I need to do this myself, and what value has that brought you?
So I didn't realize that I had been producing / composing for a longer period of time than I realized. When I was little, I used to write songs for my dolls. Yeah. Like actual like songs, like music and everything. I had a group called Hip Hop Bunny. It was a Kenya doll, a bunny, and a Cabbage Patch Kid. And I used to like write these little piano tunes and songs. And I had a songbook and everything. So I was like, that kind of led into like the self-production era. But then as I got older and started playing around with like the keyboards that let you record up to 2 tracks at a time, I would like start making things with that. I was one of those people that recorded something onto a tape, and then I would come and play the tape and then have that record into the piano so I can like dub over it before we had all this fancy schmancy stuff we got now. But it really was college. It was really college. I really did not know how to do a whole lot of things because I grew up in 2 different eras. I grew up in the era where everybody was getting signed, and that seemed to be like the only way to make music. But I also grew up in the era where DIY and independent became like the new norm. So trying to figure out where I fit in there took a little bit of time. But once I got to college, I took this music technology class at Lincoln University in Pennsylvania. And it kind of opened up a lot of windows for me. It was like my first introduction to a DAW, a digital audio workstation. I think it was like Mixcraft or something like that for PCs, you know. And it kind of gave me the introductory level of how to take these sounds that I was hearing and replicate them on the instruments, the virtual instruments, and record them in linear places. And from there, like when I got to grad school, I was like, I got a financial aid check. I'm gonna go buy a Mac, which I did. My Logic Pro, and I sat and I taught myself, like took the little basic knowledge that I had from that music tech class, taught myself how to use Logic, and just sat in my back room with a little MIDI keyboard and just cranked out my first album.
Wow. And now you're producing, like you have a song that says, I produced my own. I mean, so whether or not you are a local artist, whether you have made it to superstardom, there's always challenges. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, they could possibly be the same challenges, just maybe on a larger scale.
Right.
But what are some of the ones that you've experienced, especially as a woman, because we have some young ladies in the audience. So what are some of the hurdles that you've experienced, and how did you overcome those?
I think the biggest hurdle as a woman working in the industry is constantly being underestimated, because there's always like this stereotypical expectations that limitations, if you will, that people think, oh, like, of course you play the flute, you're a girl, stuff like that. I don't think that's like the magnitude of what I'm capable of. I'm like, no, but I also can conduct this band, I also can compose this music, and I can lead this rehearsal, and the music that you're playing, I actually created. Like, constantly having to reaffirm my bossness, I think is like the biggest challenge being a woman. But I will say too, if you're a person who's a girl or a woman coming up, don't come into this thinking that matters. Like I know that we have to kind of take home of that, but don't have those limitations placed on yourself mentally, because if you walk and carry yourself as if you don't have them, then hopefully the people around you will start to respect yourself as that too.
I love that. And if you guys didn't know, B composed the whole score for Hoops. It's a new play that is ending this weekend.
This coming weekend, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's about hoop earrings and the history of hoop earrings and just like how that history is carried through people of color, but also just generations and generations and just folks in general. So I mean, let's talk about hoops. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
And then composing for that.
Yeah, so a friend of mine, her name is Nicole Acosta. She is a local photographer here in Milwaukee. She had this amazing photo exhibit project called Hoops, where it started with the group Luna, where they all posed in their favorite pair of hoop earrings, but also there was like a little bit of a story component.
I see some hoops right here.
Yeah, I love it.
You have a whole bunch going on. I like it. It's
Get
flavor.
it. I love it. Representing.
That's what it is.
They're beautiful too. Yeah. I love it. And you should come check out the show if you can, if you got time. It's running till Sunday. It's at Milwaukee Chamber Theater. But yeah, so that actually is like one of the biggest inspirations as to why she started the project, because so many of us carry very specific meanings and presence as why we wear our hoop earrings. So she took photos of lots of people. They submitted stories about why these hoops are important. And we have things of people like, oh, well, they're a part of my everyday, or they make me feel more, feminine. Or some people who were like, I wore these during chemotherapy, to kind of give me an extra boost of confidence. So they took all of those stories, a combination of them, and they turned it into a stage play for the very first time. So Milwaukee was the very first city to ever see the iteration of this play and these stories. Nicole asked me to compose all the original music for the show.
And how many songs is that?
How many songs total that are in the show?
Yep.
About 18.
And you did each of those songs?
Yeah, there's more. They didn't make it.
And how long are those songs? Because these are original compositions.
So it depends. Like the theme song that plays is pretty long. Like I would say average about 3 minutes. But then like there are transitional things that maybe might last about 30 to 45 seconds. But every song that I compose is long. Like it's all like average song length. They just chose to bring it down to what they needed for each scene. But
that's so. I wanted to really bring that up because if you guys are composers or you're just wondering, like, how do you even think about 18 different iterations of something? Like, how do you get inspiration from something and create a song to it?
And something like that is also how people get into composing for film, composing for TV shows and movies and all. You have to have a very specific sensitivity to the content of what you're creating and what it's leading to and what they're trying to evoke with it. So it gave me a really good opportunity to test that out for myself, because those are things that I see myself venturing into as a creative eventually as well. I wear a lot of hats, but that's one that I definitely want to put on too.
I think that's awesome. I have a few friends who are in the industry, whether they're writers, producers, or whatever. And a key thing that I did learn from a few of them is that you can go into television and entertainment and just license your songs. And some of them are eating really good off of that. And initially they wanted to be like producers or like the next Timbaland or whatever. But it's like, no, you can write a song for The Simpsons and you'll be set for your whole life,
Right.
But
I just want to make a quick note too. So Kim and I are having a lovely conversation up here, but if you guys have any questions too yourself for me, just raise your hand and Kim will call on you. Like, it's totally fine. Like, it's a very open situation here. I want to make sure you guys are wondering about anything that you get your questions answered to.
Yeah, because I was about to wrap up, but no, we can. Do you have a question? Because you're my precious little 7-year-old. So yes, we want your question.
Why did I love music in the first place was the question. Well, I think I probably wouldn't have had a choice because it was constantly surrounding me as I grew up. Like I mentioned, like my parents also were musicians, so they were very adamant about exposing me and my 2 younger sisters to it. So because of that, I was able to develop my own relationship with it. And music has so many different abilities and so many different powers. It can make you feel sad, it can make you feel happy, it can make you feel angry, but just being able to choose how you want to feel about what you're listening, I've always thought was super, super cool. So for me, it was about being able to create things that let other people feel that too. So the same beauty and the same awesome experiences and emotions that I was feeling while listening to music, I wanted to make sure that I could make things for other people to experience that too.
Thank you
That's
for that
a really good question. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
It depends. It could be a gift and a curse. Honestly, I think for me, it kind of is like a checking point, especially when it comes to like personal intonation of like live music performance and things like that. However, it also when I'm in group settings, it's more of a detriment because I can hear when something is off, and it's sometimes I had to really learn growing up. It's not always my responsibility to fix it. Like growing up in college, I was the person that would like raise my hand, like, "Oh, what's that?" You know,
This is wrong.
exactly. And I had it took some time to really like get past that. But I think that having that ability, it's like if I'm listening to a song on the radio, like I automatically know what key it's in. If I hear something about that song that I like and I want to replicate, maybe I might go home and start playing a song in that same key. It makes it easier. Oh, I would say, so she mentioned something called free mixes that I do. So what that is I'll take songs that already exist and I will completely recreate them from scratch with a cappella. That's like voice only and beatboxing and sometimes flute and piano. In order for me to do that, I have to listen to every song and I have to write down sometimes all the notes that I hear. So me having perfect pitch also helps with that tremendously. So I can already like establish what it is that I'm hearing and what it is that I need to replicate again.
I feel like we should pull one up.
Right?
So that you
I don't
really
have one loaded,
experience
but
Do we have any other questions? Okay, go ahead.
I was going to ask, since you produce and do so many parts of your songs, is it hard for you to collaborate with people?
yes. No, it really is. I feel like I was actually just having a conversation with some friends about this. I think all of us go into it with the intent of being open to it, but it's such a specific practice that, and if you know that you do things a certain way and how you create comes about in a specific way, it doesn't always mesh with other people. And it's not to say that I haven't. I've had some really, really beautiful collaborations. A friend of mine who was a local rapper and producer by the name of Classic, he also went to Milwaukee High School of the Arts. I would say out of everybody, he's probably my number one favorite person to collaborate with, only because we think so musically alike that it's everything that comes from that, it doesn't really feel like effort. You know, same thing with Quentin, my husband. We play together, and the duo works out great because I've known him over half my life. We've played together at arts and in combos. So
And you got some things coming up too.
yeah, exactly. So it's like I think that when you like having a relationship behind what you're doing with collaborations is cool and helpful. But I think that's probably the reason why I have not had like a really super strong amount of collab. They're decent. I have a decent amount of them out there, but they're always done with intention, if that makes sense.
That's good advice. Being intentional just in general is pretty
Yeah.
good advice with everything. Do we have any other questions out there? It's okay, go ahead.
How did I become a music producer? That's a really good question. So a little bit came from the experience that I was talking about when I was writing songs for my dolls. I feel like that was like my first introduction into like the music production world and writing music and music A&R because I tried to get them gigs. But I think that really just having the experience of creating the things that I wanted and then finally putting them out for like the world to hear, that was like I consider like my first album, which I released in 2012, to be like the very first official stamp of me being like a music producer. I took something, I made a body of work from it, I had an album for people to hear, and it was this example of what it is that I can create. So I would think that would probably be like how I became a music producer per se. You have some really good questions. You sure you only 7? Are you interested in your music person too? Do you sing or play anything? That's great. That's like keep at it. Like I always tell people too, like you don't have to come to lab with a specific idea already. Like this is a great place to get ideas and inspiration about what it is you might like to do with music. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
What's your name? What is it?
Elena? Melina. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Isabella. I like
Thank
both
you.
of those.
Yeah, they're both great. I will take one more question before I have a wrap-up question for B. Anybody else? Okay, great. I get to. Oh, okay.
Ah, my artist name. It was given to me, ironically. My
Didn't know that.
yeah, my birth name is Brittany Freeman. Yeah. Yeah, and then when I was in high school, my jazz director, the Dr. Symes, started calling me "Be Free" whenever he would see me in the hallway, and it kind of just stuck. And I was like, you know what, that sounds kind of good, you know. So then and then people would hear him calling me that. So then they started calling me that, and then when I graduated and went off, like I was like, this is just gonna be my official moniker. It makes perfect sense. It's my first name initial and my last name. I wish I had a more interesting story about my name, but I also tell people it's kind of like, I'm telling you to do something. You know, I'm telling you to be free. You know, like I think on my website, it was like, what is music missing? A chance to be free.
But
Yeah, so I try to have like a double entendre with that. But tonight, thank you for asking.
thanks, guys, for your questions. And before I ask this last question, I just have to say we didn't plan a match today because I think we kind of do a little bit. This was very much unplanned. But I guess it
I
looks
love
cute. Hopefully, we'll see in the pictures.
Yes.
You know, we'll see. But so you recently released a song, and I've been talking about it. It's called "I Produce My Own Ish," and so that's a song that's based around independence and the fact that people need to give you your respect and give you your flowers.
Yeah.
Just elaborate a little bit on that project, and then B will sing the song for you guys.
So I Produce is something that I wrote a year ago, actually. But around the same time,
You're
February.
like holding
March.
on to stuff.
I have
man.
you don't even know the half. I have like a whole album just sitting there. But anyway, so I wrote this song a year ago. Somebody came up to my husband and they were like, "Hey, I heard this song on the radio. It was probably Radio Milwaukee or somebody, and it was your wife." They were like, "I really love that one piano part. How did you make that?" And
How did he make that?
They asked him like, "How did he make it?"
Oh no.
And I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
No diss to the guys.
No,
but,
no, but it really irritated me because that's actually been happening to us. Like, because my husband is also a phenomenal musician. He's a pianist, a sound engineer, all sorts of things. But people assume because he does that anything that I'm doing automatically has to have like some kind of like input from him, which I thought was like ridiculous. Because I'm like, I've been saying since I came out that I produce everything that I do. So I was like, I'm just gonna sit down and I'm gonna write something that yet again affirms what I've been saying from jump, that I produce my own ish. And I love this song specifically because it's a way of me restating that, but also everything that you hear fully encompasses all that I am artistically, because you're hearing the original music that I made, you're hearing the singing that I'm doing, you're hearing the flute that I'm playing, and you're also hearing the a cappella stuff that I do with my Freeman. So it's like a musical resume. So in case there was any confusion, you know.
There shouldn't be.
Right. And I made a specific choice to release it during Women's History Month because this is a time where we really may put a prominent focus on women in music and the different roles that we play. So I thought that the timing was perfect, and my goal was to highlight the song. I released the song on March 1st, and I released the music video today on March 31st.
That's so dope. And if you guys know, on Hyphen, on our Instagram page, we did promote the fact that B was going to be here, and in the background of her post was the song. And somebody messaged us and asked, whose song was that? And we're like, what was it? I'm like, well, it's hers. And here it is, because she produced her own stuff, right? So thank you guys for your questions. Thanks for putting up with me for a little while. We'll give it over to B, and I hope y'all have a great night.
Thank you. Hello. Before I get into it, and I think this will be a great time for us to turn the transition to lights off that we did earlier. I'm gonna take these off. We'll move them to the side. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So really quick, before I did anything with it, I kind of thought it would be cool to show you guys an example of the project and how I put everything together for the song. This is a replica of the project that I produced for the song. This is Logic Pro, if anybody is unfamiliar with this system. I also want to emphasize, you don't have to necessarily have a computer to produce your own music. Have you guys ever heard of the internet? Well, not the actual thing, but the band. I should be more specific. There's a group called The Internet, and in their band was a producer or a musician named Steve Lacy. And a good majority of the music that he produced for their album was stuff that he made on his iPhone. Can you believe that? I think that technology has really given us the gift of ease when it comes to a lot of these sorts of things. There are things called BandLab, which you can download and you can just record voice and make beats and things, all from the power of your own phone. So if this is something you're trying to dabble in, that's a nice gateway for you. But then, of course, if you want to be able to have the more tactical approach and having a full system in front of you that you can play and see, we have things like GarageBand, which leads into Logic Pro, which I got here. So the first thing that I did, there is this producer, his name is Monte Booker, and he produces for this artist named Smino. And I'm a huge, huge fan of that whole Chicago sound. And he released a sound pack. And I was like, yes, please. And so I downloaded the sound pack and I started playing around with some of the different beats and things and instrumentations that he got out of there. So the first thing that I did was I put together this kick. Super, super simple. I'm like, that's going to be the bass. I want this song to sound solid but simple. So to accent that, I just put a nice little snare on the back of that. I also wanted the song to sound very much like water. So my goal with the snare was also to find something that replicated a bit of a raindrop. And you can kind of hear a little bit of that there. And if you have a sound that you're ever trying to go for, but like what you're playing is not doing it, you can play around with it in the DAW with like EQ and all sorts of different plugins and stuff like that. So the first bass was like, this has to sound tranquil. I want this to sound smooth. I want it to sound like you're meditating almost. So I want it to sound like water. So then I went and added some water. So luckily this was all coming together pretty cool. And the other thing that I had in my mind with the song, because all of my songs that I create start in my head first. I hear full productions in their like whole shebang bang up here before they actually make it to my computer. So my goal as a producer is actually to replicate what it is that I'm hearing mentally as closely as possible within the project. Sometimes it works great. Sometimes it works better, you know? Is that Mr. Gatson? Oh, my God. You got, okay. They got to say hi to Frank Gatson Jr. Give it up, guys. Woo! I'll stop being weird now. Okay. So, as I was saying, I really wanted this to be as close to what I was hearing in my head. And the first thing that I kind of heard was some of those old school radio type of harmonies. Ooh, oh, those kind of doo-woppy sort of sounds. So with everything else that I had, I went and I added some vocals, some harmonies. But what I did was I combined them all together. I compressed them, and then I put a radio filter over them. So everything sounds now kind of like muffled like this when you want to listen to something on the radio. So that's what you'll hear in these sounds here. The extra doo-doos are also me vocalizing stuff. This is all a cappella. I really wanted to continue emphasizing those droplet sort of vibe. So I'm combining that with everything you got. So now it just sounds like a really beautiful rain, right? Everything to me, at least. I was like, it sounds like I'm listening to a commercial for the Calm app. So I thought this was a really nice bass. So the next thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to build around that melodically. And also, if you have any questions while I'm going through this, let me know too. I'll be happy to answer. So next, I wanted to see chordal-wise what I can do. So I love electric pianos. Bring that up here. Everything I knew what the chord passes were, so I was just replicating what I was doing with my harmonies, but just putting that on the electric piano. Super simple. Yeah. Yes. Thank you for asking. I actually love, so stock is something that means that the DAW that you're using, they come with their own virtual sounds. They come with their own sounds already preloaded into the program. I am a huge fan of stock sounds. The majority of sounds that I use in my production are stock in Logic, and I think that people underestimate them a lot. They can be manipulated in so many different ways, and some of them are really good as is. especially the electric pianos. So yes, thank you for asking. That's a really dope question. So yeah, just building more around that. I really wanted to beef up the melodic presence. So once I got to the chorus, which is around here, really just wanted to emphasize the beautiful melodiousness of what I had going here. So one of the things you're always going to hear in songs that I produce are either going to be harmonies, really lush and closed harmonies, or strings. And even though I don't know how to play the violin to save my life, but you're always going to hear strings. So I'm just highlighting the chordal passes that are happening with the electric piano here. And then the ornamentation on top of that, I added some bells. So now it's continuing to add on to that whole like very fantasy, fairy-like, rain-like mystique. And then the same thing was done when I was using the accent for the bass. So just kind of underlining everything. So I thought it all would sound really cool. And of course you got the os folks from before. So all of that along with the kicks and the hi-hats and everything that I got going. Right. I was made to the end. So then all I had to do after that was figure out what the next section was going to sound like, which was the beatboxing and acapella, because I wanted to make sure that I had something that represented everything that I do there with my free mixes. So this is all the same stuff that I do, like just taking my voice to replicate sounds, making my voice replicate chords, basses, drum sounds. All the same music, it's just how I'm being performed with voice now. And then you got the words, then you got the flute, and then the whole thing is I produce. So this is how I created the song. I produced my own ish. And now I'm going to perform it for you guys. Is that okay? So I was just wanted you guys to see how this all came together. You can go ahead. I produce my own ish, Oh, I produce my own ish, That's right, I really said a whole lot, but I've been on this grind for a long damn time. You can stop with the fake shot. When I say I do everything, really mean everything. It don't get no better. I sing it, I play it, you heard it, I made it, and your faith can never. I can write it and compose it and record it all in one. And assaulting my intelligence is so negligent to the boss that I become. And I know I am the one. Say it again that I'm the one. It never been a 2 or 3. It's a whole lot of them, but it's only one free. I produce my own ish, Oh, I produce my own ish, So you can stop asking my husband, stop asking him if he does it for me, really. I own ish. You gotta break it down like what? Said I produce my own ish, my own-ish. Sing it with me, everybody say I produce my own-ish, my own-ish. Keep it going, everybody say I produce my own-ish, my own-ish, I produce my own-ish, and maybe now you can believe it. Thank you so much, everybody. You can find this song, you can find this video, and everything that I do on Instagram and YouTube at the letter B, word free, number 2, music, IG, letter B, word free, number 2, music, TikTok, letter B, word free, number 2, music, everywhere, letter B, word free, number 2, music. There you go. Oh, hi, yes. You have a question? Ooh, I would love to hear it. It's called acapella. Love it. I would love to hear it. Yeah. Maybe you can send it to us. Maybe you can come back and perform sometime. I love it. I love it. Thank you. You guys having a good time so far? Thank you so much for being an attentive audience. Now I'm going to switch over to my hostess hat because it is now time for us to do our teen open mic. Give it up for every teens, y'all. So aside from you guys talking to music industry professionals like myself and like Grace and like others, we make sure we hold space for our teen musicians and artists that are here in the city. So every month we open up the stage for you to come and perform, and this could be anything you like. It could be something that you're working on original, it could be a cover, it could be a song that you're playing on an instrument. We even let people come up here and do a cappella stuff. You want to just do it off the dome. I know next month is going to be really cool because it's going to be poetry month, so I'm going to be looking for a lot of poets. You got any poets in the house? A few? Yeah, I love it. I love it. Hopefully we can come back. Now, this person, I'm sure we're going to get the lights turned back up when we can, when you get a moment. And you can take your time. This person has been a frequent visitor. Oh, before I even get into that, want to remind everybody that the open mic is a safe space. It is a free space, pun intended. And I want y'all to know that every single person that comes on this stage is a star, just from the fact that they're here, just from the fact that they're getting up and they're sharing their vulnerability by giving their art to you. So everybody is going to be respectful. No matter what happens, no matter who's up here, show them some love and make sure you are giving them the same love and respect you want them to give back to you. Is that all right? Okay. So, as I was saying, this person has become a Music Lab favorite because they have frequented this whole season with us quite often. We begin some exclusives, and I am really excited to share what they have coming up next. This is one of our favorite rappers. I'm going to be doing an original for us. Can you give it up for Primrose? Hello. What's good? Yeah, that's fine. How's it going?
Fantastic. I cannot multitask.
It's okay. It's okay. So, guys, this is
right out of the way.
right. This is Jackson. His artist name is Primrose. So why don't you tell our friends here a little bit about yourself, what you do, and how you... Actually, how did you get the name Primrose? I don't think we ever talked about that before. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I grew up with my mom reading us the Hunger Games series, and that's really the origin of it all. It ain't really nothing special. I just feel like that's the character from that series. I always kind of, you know, I felt, even though I'm the oldest sibling.
Me too. I know. It's a task.
Either way, I'll keep my personal identity separate from that fact.
I feel you.
I feel like Primrose, you know.
What grade are you again?
Senior.
You're a senior, and you are going to what school?
Wisconsin Virtual Academy.
How did you... Yeah, so you've been doing this music thing for a while. You kind of dabble a little bit in music production and a little bit of some rap. So what are you going to be doing for us today?
Well, I got another original for y'all. I just be recording bangers, so,
Yeah.
you know, making the beats first.
Yeah.
gain all the inspiration because, it came a point in my production career where I was like, I can write better stuff than any of the people hopping on my beats over Discord or whatever.
You better
So I
go
was like,
ahead. Yes.
It wasn't no like ego stuff, but like I'll be in these Discords with all these other artists. They on their grind,
Yeah.
but I'm not working them,
Yeah. No. There-
like just
yeah.
like your song. I produce my own.
Hey,
I was
get
doing
with it.
myself 'cause I
Yes.
did the same thing.
I feel you. There's nothing wrong with that. I've had that same instance too. Like I've actually put music away. Like I'll be making something like this for somebody else, and I'm like, this is actually kind of good. I'm gonna say that for myself again,
Yeah.
So I totally understand. No, I'm excited to hear another exclusive original. Pew, pew, pew. You guys give it up for Primrose.
Come on. Yeah. This ain't tough. I'm telling you.
Primrose, headshot, there you go. That's time, chrome toe, that time, adios. I ain't bad like dominoes, don't got time for combo. Me and Bay on couple goals, silhouette inside the rope. I'm just the trunk, I'm hot and pole. Neck piece shiny, wrist piece tiny, Benny Hanna dining, ready to signing, merchandise designing. I'm fresher than a dime piece, everybody buying it, and they ain't even like me. I think we making it my problem, now I don't got no problems. Got off my ass and made some dollars, now I don't care what the charge. I'm smooth like Mike Well, and I don't even play for charge. I've been making hella bands, banking 40 money well off. Mud in my cup, if you ain't sipping this, no hitters. I'm myself, little bro, you can't even stay above 50. Must mistake me for Kyrie, the way I talk and say shit. My baby definitely love me where I hold the talks that kid. I can't go back busting packs and banging sticks, I don't miss. I can't go back being broken, hitting licks, sipping tricks. I can't roll it lazy on my hip, that ain't it. I can't roll it in the wood unless it hit. I'm lit. Fall for the city, taught me this here life ain't fair. Learned my roots and found out truths that proved to me nobody can. Grew up hungry, saving money. I was told to take my share. Can't believe that now my biggest worry, what I'm about to wear. Wake up every day and thank God for another one. I'm all headed little cars on my mother's son. Hop up out the biz, I hop into the other one. Can't be talked down by nobody, I'm number one. Headshot, there you go, that's time, chrome toe, adios. I get paid like dominoes, don't got time for condos. Me and Bay on couple goals, silhouette inside the roads. I'm just a truck, I'm hot and pole. Neck piece shiny, wrist piece tiny, Benny Hanna dining, ready to sign it, merchandise designing. I'm fresher than a dime piece, everybody buying it, and they ain't even like me.
There y'all go.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Primrose.
That's what's up. Give it up again, y'all.
Thank you.
This song that you made, is this gonna be a part of like another a larger body of work, or is this like a Lucy single?
I'm working on an album. That's all I'm telling y'all right
Yeah.
now. Working on, most of the graphic design stuff.
Yeah.
A little bit of the recording still, but it's coming all together and it's looking really good.
Dope. And I know that the last couple times you've been here, we've like had some really like constructive feedback about your stage presence.
Right.
And I see you've been making strides in that. Really cool. I just have one small note for you, and this is something that a teacher gave to me a long time ago when it came to like performing. You always want to make sure that you're moving with intent.
Yeah.
And what that means is if you don't have a reason why you're going somewhere, you shouldn't be moving. So I know that the goal is to kind of have some kind of action, but if you're only engaging like the side-to-sideness of it, then after a while it can kind of get a little monotonous.
Sure.
What I would suggest is giving yourself another rhythmic point to follow. Like the beat is driving, the beat is knocking. Maybe instead of moving side to side, I'm standing in place.
Yeah.
And I'm rocking to the, you know what I'm saying? Because then you don't have to worry about moving so far from where you are, and you're still physically engaged. You know,
Yeah,
the audience is still following you, and then even just keeping them on the beat of the song because they can see it in your body. Let it be shining, something shining. You know, and then when you do move, I would also try to find somebody in the audience to look at.
Yeah.
Even if you can't see them.
I ain't gonna lie, I was looking at waves.
No, the lights. Yeah. Try to use the moments that you are moving as a reason to connect with somebody in the audience. So it's like, I'm coming this way now, so I can keep this side of the room engaged. But I'm also gonna find somebody over here that I'm gonna like rock with while I'm doing this or doing whatever, just to make sure that they're still with it. Do the same thing with the middle. So every time you're moving, it's for a reason, right? If you don't have a reason, then you don't have to. If you feel fine just staying in place, you're still moving with the music a little bit.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Dope. Cool. Can we actually try the top of the song again? Just a little bit of it. And I want to see if you can try to apply that to what we just did. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just making sure you got the effort. Okay? One more time, y'all. Just a little bit.
Come on. Right here, come on.
Hey!
I'm on my knees.
Primrose, headshot, there you go. Desktop, chrome tool, bedtime, adios. Stacking pay like dominoes, don't got time for combos. Me and Bay on couple ghosts, silhouette inside the roast. I'm check the truck, I'm hot and bold. Head piece shiny, wrist piece tiny. Benny Hanna dining, Rocky be a signing. Merchandise designing, I'm fresher than a dime piece. Everybody whining, and they ain't even like me.
Dope. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, this is a note that anybody can take, right? So I'm using Prim as an example, obviously, because it's for his song, but this is a note that I would give to anybody who performs live or anybody who desires to perform live. You know what I'll do? I practice in the mirror. Yeah, you can do that too, like, because the mirror will tell you. Yeah. Well, no, shower for vocals. Mirror for seeing physically what the audience sees while you're doing that. So I can see, like, do I have control over the rhythm while I'm doing this? Do I look comfortable? The mirror is always going to be your friend.
Absolutely.
So I would definitely emphasize that and keep going, man.
Yeah,
I'm so excited that you've been sharing so much of your stuff with us. Thank you. Where can they follow you at?
Y'all can follow me on Instagram. That's mainly where I'm posting at _prim_RXSE_. And if you'd like to join the community I'm trying to build, it's just artists, creatives at all, supporting others, working together, trying to produce more, stardom out of this awesome city.
So it's a collective you're putting together. What's it called again?
Never Grow Up. Y'all can follow that too at NVRGRW Up 414. If you're interested in joining, all the details are on the page. And let me know if just DM me. I ain't trying to act like no celeb or nothing. I'm one of y'all. Come on. I'm trying to grow just as much as y'all.
I love the initiative too. That's really dope. Make sure y'all catch up with him today, y'all. Give it up for Primrose.
Cool.
I'm really excited to hear that the young people are making an attempt to put together like collectives and organize. Because you all the talent. You have all the talent amongst yourselves. So why don't we just put something together amongst ourselves and provide the resources for each other that we are likely going to have to look for elsewhere anyway. If you already got them right there within your friends, then that's half of the battle. So I think that's a really dope thing. Make sure you are locking in so you can see more about that. This next person coming to the stage, I think their first time was last month in February. They have such an amazing voice, and I'm happy that they're going to be sharing with us again. She's a senior at DSHA. Please give it up for Ella Tierney. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hello. Are you on break right now?
Am I?
Are you on spring break?
I don't start until this coming week.
Okay, so
Thursday.
you guys on the regular NPS track.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I couldn't figure out where everybody was at because I know y'all heard that half the schools are on break this week and some of them are going on next. So I was just curious.
Yeah.
So a lot of us weren't here last month. I know how awesome you are, but can you please share with our audience a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Sure. So I'm Ella. I'm a senior at DSHA. I've been singing my whole life, and I've just recently started pursuing Christian music. So, yeah.
I love it. Now, last month when you were here, you performed on the piano, and you sang with us, which is awesome. So what are you going to be doing differently for us today?
So today, last time I performed an original. Today I have another original, and I actually have a track this time, so no piano, but I think it'll be just as good, if not better.
I like that you're practicing your versatility and your artistry.
you.
That's dope. So I'm excited to hear. You guys give it up for Ella Tierney.
Broke down at the end of my road. Tried to carry it all on my own. You were right there when I needed you most. You found me. Those words cut into my soul. Sparked a flame inside of these bones. Was a kind of love like I'd never known. When you found me, I am found, found, found. A blood was past. I knew a life ahead, how you love me. I am found, found, found. No turning back. I'll tell all the world I was lost, and now I'm found, found, found. Found, found, found. Now I'm living right here in your hands, learning how to trust in your plans. Even when I don't understand, I won't go back. Ain't nothing that could take away death to life, 'cause now I'm saved. Old's gone, new's here to stay. It's here to stay. I am found, found, found. A blood was past. I knew a life ahead, how you love me. I am found, found, found. No turning back. I'll tell all the world I was lost, and now I'm found, found, found. Found, found, found. I am found, found, found. My blood was past. A new life ahead, how you love me. Yeah. I am found, found, found. A blood was past. A new life ahead, I was lost, and now I'm found, found, found. Found, found, found. Thanks, guys.
Woo! You had a nice little bop going there.
Thank you.
I love it. First of all, did you produce that song yourself?
Oh, no, I did not.
Oh,
I'm not that
okay.
talented. I wrote that song with a couple of guys named Christian Hale and Jared Condon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Christian did the production on that.
It sounds amazing.
Thank you.
It sounds very well put together.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like you have this very general confidence when you perform. Even seeing you up here last month, you have this air of just calmness, and certainty when you're performing, which I think is really, really rare for somebody so young. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. What is the do you have specific inspirations that you look to for when it comes to performing or the music that you make?
Well, so I actually grew up doing theater and dance and all
Nice.
that performing stuff. So I have a lot of experience on stage.
Yeah.
And also a lot of it is literally just faking it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shaking right now.
I couldn't
But,
tell. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I think my biggest inspiration is looking at Lauren Daigle. I love her so much.
Mhm.
She's so cool and so confident in herself and just being who she is authentically. So
Yeah.
I try my best to do that.
I think authenticity is definitely the key word. I feel like what you see and what you put out is definitely this is me. This is calm. This is cool. I love this. It's easygoing. Everything about the sound and just watching your move match so synonymously. I think that was really awesome.
Thank you.
I hope are you planning on doing something with that song? You guys gonna release it, or you just kind of seeing what you can do with everything?
Yeah, right now I'm just kind of doing what I can do, playing it for people, hoping people like it. So we'll see.
Well, for
Undetermined for now.
any of our Music Lab folks, you do know we are inside of a radio station. So if you ever have something that you would like to try to pass along for consideration for airplay, then definitely make sure you hit us up so we can see if we can get it on Radio Milwaukee or Hyphen. So that's really great. Thank you for sharing that with us. Where can they find you if they want to find out more of your music and stuff?
I am on Instagram and TikTok at Ella Tierney Music.
Nice. Give it up for Ella, guys.
Thank you, guys.
It's a very infectious melody. I am found. I love
That
it.
was incredible.
Oh, please. Thank you. You are incredible. You guys are incredible. Give it up for your incredible selves. Woo! Speaking of incredible, I am going to bring up our next open mic student. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think they performed here before. If you have, I'm sorry. It's been a long time. But they are a junior at Reagan High School, which is one of our Music Lab community partners. And I'm excited to hear this cover they're going to be singing for us. Please give it up for Sonia Chavez Lazaro. Woo! Yes, hair. You better come on. Matching with the fit. Yes. It's all teal and blue, just like you. I love it. Get it. Yes. How's it going, Sonia?
Hi, I guess it's going.
Yeah. Thank you for being here with us today.
Yeah, this would be the second time I do this. The first time I ever did this was virtually.
No, the name sounded familiar.
Yeah,
Did you perform a song?
All my friends are
Yes.
fake.
I remember that. Oh my gosh, thank you for coming back.
Yeah.
How's it been?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Been
So-
kind of developing stuff.
For sure. So I remember you from the 2020 virtual lab. But for the folks who are just seeing you for the first time, tell them a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Hi, I'm a junior in high school. I'm in choir. I've done a lot of stuff, mainly a lot of covers, but have been working a bit more on personal stuff these days. Kind
That's
of
what's up.
starting to build stuff.
Covers are valid. Like, I feel like covers are how you find the strength of what you like and what you don't like when developing your own personal style. So, yeah, I sing covers too. I'll do free mixes. So, that's totally fine. Own that. So, what are you going to be singing for us today?
I'm going to be singing Take Me to Church by Hosier. I'm a really big fan of his sound in general and like the way he writes the lyrics.
Yeah.
So,
I love it. So I'm excited to hear. You guys ready to hear it? So give it up for her. Give it up for Sonia.
if I'm a pagan of the good times, my love is the sunlight to keep the goddess on my side. She demands a sacrifice, drain the whole sea, get something shiny, something meaty for the main course. That's a fine looking high horse. What you got in the stable? We've a lot of starving faithful. That looks tasty, that looks plenty. This is hungry work. Take me to church. I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins so you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. A good God, let me give you my life. Take me to church. I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins so you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. A good God, let me give you my life. No masters or kings when the ritual begins. There is no sweeter innocence than our gentle sin. And the madness and the soil of that sad earthly scene. Only then I am human. Only then I am clean. Oh, amen, amen. Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell tell you my sins so you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. A good God, let me give you my life. Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins so you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. A good God, let me give you my life.
Woo! Oh my goodness. First of all, okay, I'm gonna be that person. I don't really know who Hosier is. I know. It's travesty. I've heard the name before, but I couldn't identify what the song is. So when you sent me the song, I was like, oh, this is really lovely. So I think it's really cool that you were actually my first interpretation of hearing Hosier music. So thank you. That was awesome. I've noticed that, well, first of all, it's dope to see you in the physical sense, because I know the last time you were sitting in front of a phone, you were singing, which was awesome. When you have songs that we're kind of like standing in place, it's really dope to be able to lean into our emotional connectivity. And you already have a really good sense of that. Like, I can tell that this is a passionate song to you. So really, I think as you continue going with it, trying to see if there's anything else that you can do to exuberate that. Like, is there something I can do with my arms or my hands on certain sections? Something that didn't take me to church. You know, something, maybe it's a moment where I might want to get the audience to clap. Especially if you're repeating something, you know, kind of give it another level of engagement. Those sorts of things I think would be really cool for you to play around with. But your voice sounds very strong. Stronger than what I even recall from when you did it with us. You've been practicing, and you're a choir singer, so I'm not surprised. That's awesome. Do you have any other original things or like stuff like that, or any other covers that you normally sing?
I've really leaned a lot into my chest voice recently. I have like a song list that I've like yet to sit down and actually like cover all of them. Like I typically really like to delve in music in Spanish.
I love it. I
love all of that stuff. Like, I love all the gutsy stuff. I do have a pattern of like a lot of flowy things. Yeah. But like, it's a lot of versatility, really.
I love it. And this is the perfect place to try those sorts of things out. Because when we're welcoming you guys up here, we're giving you an opportunity to flex your artistic creation. Like, I've never tried this before, or I like singing this sort of thing. Let's see how it sounds in the stage setting. Like, the choice is yours. So I just want to just kind of emphasize that this is a great example of just being able to exercise your artistic interests. So, where can they find you if they want to hear more from you?
You can find me on Instagram. For right now, I just have my art account because I draw and stuff.
Ooh, ambidextrous.
lastgirl_57 because it's the most random thing I could come up with.
I love it. So give it up for her, guys. Sophia, Sonia Chavez Lozado. Now, this next person, I don't think they've been here before. Again, if you have, no, I don't think I wouldn't really remember this. Is Running Rebel still in the house? Dope. So this person is actually coming to us as a special guest, a special invited guest, because they're actually in middle school. Yeah. Well, not all. It's still like 7th grade. Like, it's still kind of. I really want to let people know too. Like, I know that Music Lab is emphasizing on high school age people, but if ever any 6th, 7th, 8th graders want to come and try it out, especially if you want to see what you're going to be expecting as you start to attend more frequently, and you're more than welcome. So if you got some siblings or some folks, let them know that they can come through. This person is coming through us through Running Rebels, are another one of our community partners. And they are going to be singing a cover by Conan Gray for us. So please give it up for Jay Rosado White. Give it up for Jay, yes, she come to the stage. Hello. How's it going? It's going, right? Yeah, I think that's the best answer you can give anybody. Yeah. So dope for you to join us. So I am a huge fan of the talent that has come from Running Rebels organization. You guys are a really creative bunch. So when Danielle reached out to me with the possibility of another one of the students performing, of course I was so here for it. We would love to know more about you and what you do. So why don't you tell us who you are, what school you go to, and how you got involved in music and stuff like that.
I go to Roosevelt Middle School of the Arts.
Yeah.
And I've been doing singing for like a really, really long time. Like, I used to make up my own songs with this baseball bat I had, and as an instrument, guys.
Yeah, I love it.
I do a little bit of poetry. I'm in drama class. We're doing Moana Jr.
Nice.
A play, guys.
Yeah.
Yay.
I think it's trying to get you to add on a little bit more what you do creatively. What you art?
I do sewing and needle felting and
Nice.
stuff like that.
So anybody that goes to an arts middle school in generally is definitely going to have their hand. So you are dabbling in multidisciplinary art yourself,
Yeah.
which is the theme of today. So how fitting. I
Yeah, I
love
just
it.
like throwing myself around into stuff that I can do. Like,
That's what's up. So
Hey.
what are you going to be? Oh, sorry.
hey, this is for teens. Hey, you can do this.
Yes.
I'm in.
I love it. Tell us a little bit what you're going to be doing today.
I'm gonna be singing because that's my thing.
Yes.
Singing
That's what's up.
everywhere, anywhere, singing.
And this is the place to do it. What you going to be singing for us?
I'm gonna be singing Heather by Conan Gray.
Dope. Give it up for Jade Rosado White, guys.
On me than you did you, only if you knew how much I liked you. But I saw your eyes as you walked by. What a sight for sore eyes, brighter than the blue sky. She's got you mesmerized while I die. Why would you ever kiss me? I'm not even half as pretty. You gave her your sweater, it's just polyester, but you like it better. I wish I were Heather. Watch as she stands
I missed it out.
around her shoulder. Now I'm getting older. How could I hate her? She's such an angel. But then again, kinda wish she were dead as she walks by. What a sight for sore eyes, brighter than the blue sky. She's got you mesmerized while I die. Why would you ever kiss me? I'm not even half as pretty. You gave her your sweater, it's just polyester, but you like it better. I wish I were Heather. Wish I were Heather. Wish I were Heather. Wish I were Heather.
You're good. You're good. Give it up for Jay, everybody. It's okay. It's okay. I appreciate the vulnerability. Listen. First of all, you have an amazing voice. You have a beautiful voice. You have a warm voice. Does you have a beautiful, warm song, guys? Don't even like trip about whatever. First of all, that's another song I don't know. So one of the benefits of performing music that everybody in the audience don't know is I can't tell that you mess up unless you draw attention to it, right? So if I'm up here singing something and something happens that doesn't go my way, what's the best thing to probably do? To keep going, because 92% of the time, the audience is not going to know. They might think that it was an artistic choice if they do know the song. Or they might be like me and just want to enjoy hearing your voice, right? So that's always the best piece of advice that's been given to me and that I would give to anybody. This is another emotional connective song, so it seemed like it might be some times where I might want to like close my eyes, you know? Like maybe that can kind of help me zone in a little bit more about what I'm singing. It gives me kind of Billie Eilish vibes, right? Yeah. So for something like this, it's not a whole lot that you need to do with it, but you could just kind of choose moments to like just zone out, really just hone in on the emotional connectivity behind it. I know there's a lot of instrumental parts, but maybe you can just like use that to kind of move around, ooh, whatever makes sense, but kind of play around with what that feels like. But number one, you are a professional. Anytime you get on the stage, you are an artiste. You never want to let them know that you did anything that you didn't like, right? As far as we know, that was perfect, okay? Wasn't that great, guys? And I can see that this is a very poetic song, so I can definitely see where the interest kind of connects. You said you're a poet too, right? Yeah. You know, next month, April is National Poetry Month. And we're going to be bringing in a special poet for our Music Lab guest. So this will be a really great opportunity for you to come and share some of whatever that poetry is. You might consider that?
Maybe.
No pressure. I want you on the spot. Think about it.
Maybe.
But I know I would love to hear more. So, do you have socials? I don't know. What's 7th grade doing these days? Anything you like to share, you're welcome to. But if not, then you could.
Oh, well, I'm not, guys.
Okay, good. Give it up for Jada Rosado White, guys. I love it. Cool. Oh. So, this person that we're going to bring up. I just also want to know if there were any additional signups that came in after I checked in everybody and I don't get to you, please do not be alarmed. Because I did not get a chance to get whatever music you're doing or anything of that nature. If that happens to be the case, you're absolutely going to get first dibs to make sure you go first in our next Music Lab. So if you want to sign up for the open mic, it's always advised to do it before the day of so we can get you with all your music squared away and everything, so make sure you got cool. This next person coming up is a person that goes to my alma mater. And they're going to be sharing some instrumental goodness with us. They're a junior at Milwaukee High School of the Arts. Give it up for Joshua Moe. Yeah. Oh, I'll sit. Is it okay? I know it fell earlier. I'm so sorry. Is it good? Okay. Those are some very snazzy shoes. If you guys don't know, when you are plugging in instruments, it takes a little bit of time for us to get, so we want to make sure everything sounds the way that it should be sounding. So enjoy my theme music. That sounds like a video game race car. It's like the loading screen. All good? Sure. Here you go. And we'll get you situated here. Oh, we have to do the intro. Okay. Are you gonna sit while you play? So go ahead and do that now, so we can get the mic set up. All set?
Yeah, the lights are blinding me.
I know, sorry, it's a little bright. Well, thank you for being here with us. This is your first time here performing, correct?
Correct.
So I would love for you to be able to introduce yourself to everybody and what you do and what we're getting ready to hear today.
Well, my name's Josh. She's already said that. Guitar player. I'll go to MHSA. Been playing for 7 years now, something like that.
Nice.
I don't come from a musical family like a lot of y'all. It's just something I really just picked up just because I love music. Not any specific artist, but just music as a whole.
Yeah,
So,
that's what's up.
that's sort of what's been driving me. Just a want and sort of a desire to keep on going, doing my own thing,
That's beautiful.
stuff like that.
What's your major at arts? Guitar. Nice. And are you in jazz right now?
No, I'm not a biggest fan of jazz. I mean, I could probably play a progression, the jazzy progression, like.
Well, you best just be a John Mayer up here. I love it. I more so meant were you in jazz class because you play guitar and you do
No,
arts.
but I could probably do it if I really wanted to.
No. There's okay. Let me be clear. There are jazz classes.
I
at
know.
arts.
I don't do the class.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think you already kind of given us the spiel of what we're going to be expecting. So I'm going to actually give the stage to you, and you guys give it up to Josh.
All right. So I made 2 little short compositions here a long time ago. This one is based on a chord progression, that being A major, C sharp minor, and E major. That would be, I think. So it would just be a solo over those sort of 3 chords. Here it is. That's about it. Just some
Woo!
short. This other one, it's kind of funny how you mentioned jazz.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on, say, major 7, major 9 chords? Do you always use them in your work, or do you always do the standard major, minor chords like that?
Me personally, I rarely use just regular format major chords. It's always going to be I'm a fan of extensions, and I'm a fan of like closed chords, so it's always going to be at the minimum a 7th.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do like using extensions and those add 9s and those major 7s, stuff like that. But I've always had a inkling for just the standard major and minor
there's
chords.
beauty and simplicity.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, not needed, but just something that I think needs to be played a little bit more because, why not, right?
For sure.
So this is a key of 8 flat major. This is a 4, 5, minor 6th progression. And I'm just gonna play it and see how it goes. I'm just gonna wing it. Here's the last one.
Yeah,
Here's the last one.
go for it.
A bunch of arpeggios, pretty much a chord progression played with arpeggios. My own way of playing arpeggios, but I don't know what y'all think.
Amazing.
Alright. Now I can show off or I can just leave. What do y'all want?
Oh, well, we have one more person to come up, so I think I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right.
But this is not something that really requires like, any like critique or anything. But I will say I love the fact that you play. I can tell you play what you feel, and I love the fact that everything feels improvisational because I know for a fact that you go to arts. So thank you for sharing that. Well, thank you for letting us in on that. Where can they find you if they want to find? Do you have any socials that you're welcome to share?
No.
Okay. Guys, give it up one more time for Joshua. The versatility is killing me, y'all. Now, we have one more guest that's going to be joining us on the stage today. And this person, I'm going to give Joshua some time to get himself situated. I don't want to rush him or anything. I'll make sure it's not going to fall again like I did earlier. I'm sorry. Dope. Thank you. So this person is joining us as a freshman from Rufus King, of all places, one of the top high schools I heard in the city. And I am excited to hear what they're going to be doing for us. Can you guys please give a warm welcome to AJ Holmes? How's it going?
Good.
Go. Have you been in the lab before?
Yeah, I think like once or twice.
Nice, but have you performed for us before?
No, man.
This is an exclusive. Okay, I love it. So for those of us who have not been privy to being in your presence before, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do or any like interests you have in music and stuff like that.
Okay. I'm AJ. I'm 14. I go to Rufus King High School, and I'm a freshman. And I raps and sing.
You rap and sing?
Yeah.
And sing? What kind of stuff do you be singing?
R&B, pop, mostly stuff like that.
Nice. What are you going to be doing for us today?
I'm gonna be rapping something I wrote.
That's an original?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I love all this original music and the covers. It got nice mixtures. Well, I love people that can rap and sing. They usually have a very specific way that they carry their voice. So I'm interested in hearing. Thank you for sharing with us. Yeah. You guys give it up for AJ.
Yeah, we running through the city like a track star going forward. Got no time to be kidding, you know how I put that work in. Yeah, we running through the city like a track star going forward. Running through the city, yeah, we running through the city. Now we running through the city like a track star going forward. Time to be kidding, you know how I put that work in. Yeah, we running through the city like a track star going forward. Running through the city, yeah, we running through the city. Now we running through the city, VVS can see a show. Got no time to be kidding, we about to hit the road. I've been grinding on my feelings so that I can switch the flow. So when I'm grinding through these millies, know my city put me on it. Yeah, city put me on, 414 booking the shows. Yeah, been up in the road, ain't good look, just put on show. I've been grinding through my feelings, I'm just trying to see these millies. I'm just trying to achieve, got the best, just wanna see it. Yeah, yeah, hop in the car, yeah, yeah, about to go far, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna seize my rhythm cause this is my time, just know I'ma get it. Hop in the whip, yeah, yeah, bend the drip, yeah, yeah. I'm go chasing my dreams, cause when they show up, yeah, I'm not in the scene. Yeah, we running through the city like a trap star going forward. Got no time to be kidding, you know how I put that work in. Yeah, we running through the city like a trap star going forward. Running through the city, yeah, we running through the city. Now we running through the city like a trap star going forward. Got no time to be kidding, you know how I put that work in. Yeah, we running through the city like a trap star going forward. Running through the city, yeah, we running through the city. Yeah, team up on the show, ain't no flesh, we preach the bro. Running up off all we go, got the best just so you know. Just so you know, I'm with the team ready to go. Ain't no texting, ain't no stress, you come with me and I'm in mode. Spraying these checks all over the flow, sounds the best and now you know. I'm do me wherever I go, got no time to seek the go. So you won't know how far I go, to the top where else to go. Ain't no texting, cash my checks in for the people believing the most. Hop in the car, yeah, yeah, about to go far, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna chasing the dripping cause it's my time, just know I'ma get it. Hop in the whip, yeah, yeah, bend the drip, yeah, yeah. I'ma go chasing my dreams cause when they show up, yeah, I'm on the scene. We running through the city like a trap star going forward. Got no time to be kidding, you know how I put that work in. Yeah, we running through the city like a trap star going forward. Running through the city, yeah, we running through the city. Now we running through the city like a trap star going forward. Got no time to be kidding, you know how I put that work in. Yeah, we running through the city like a trap star going forward. Running through the city, yeah, we running through the city.
Let's go! What? 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 Sir, young sir, how you won't dare come up here with some fire like that? Like, how dare you? How dare thou? That was awesome.
Thank you.
This is the original you said?
Yeah.
You said you wrote, I think you said something about I'm 13 in the song. Did you write it when you were 13?
I'm 14, but I've been writing since like 5th to 6th grade.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I have a lot of things to say. Wasn't that an amazing song, guys? I can already hear that. Already hear that playing. Now, were you here from the very beginning?
Yeah.
Okay, so the only general notes, or this is just, and again, all of my things are not, nothing that anybody come up here is like bad. I'm just giving them ways to make it even better. We're enhancing the good, right? So when I was giving the note to Jackson, talking about like moving with intent and engagement, you have a very calm demeanor. I had no idea what you were gonna do when you got up here, or what the tempo was gonna be. It could have been something real like dirge, like do for all I knew. And you, even while you're performing, like you're just so calm and in yourself, and your face just looks the same. You sound amazing. Like you have wonderful articulation. Like the pronunciation of everything is clear. I understand everything that you were saying. What you want to be able to do is find pockets to fit the energy of the song into what you're displaying. You know what I'm saying? Even if not even have to do anything different visually with your face, but like just like you have words in the song that are giving you instructions. Something about running through the city or something like that. What's the words? What's the chorus called?
Yeah, you got it right.
I was running through the city.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So there are some performers. And here's the good thing about the summertime in Milwaukee: we have a lot of local music, like festival things here that are open to the public. So I would very much advise anybody, especially if you're a young rapper, to go look up if you see people like Genesis Renji or Nile. You know, like all the local rappers that we have here that have been doing this for a long time. Wade Chappelle, you know what I'm saying? Like, go and watch the way that they kind of carry themselves on stage and how their energy shifts with the type of song that they're performing. Because you want to make sure that how you're carrying yourself keeps the audience engaged. Now, they were already engaged because it was a dope song. Like, it sounded amazing. But you want to make sure that your body language is also communicating that, right? Can you start it from the top? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you good. So y'all about to get into this, right? You about to get the song? Yo, I be running through. So y'all also like that, yo, say yo, say yo,
Yeah.
say yo. Say yo, anything you can do to kind of get them hyped up for you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we running through the city like a trap star going forward. Got no time to be kidding, you know how I put that work in. Yeah, we running through the city like a trap star going forward. Running through the city, yeah, we running through the city. Now we running through the city like a trap star going forward. Time to be kidding, you know how I put that work in. Yeah, we running through the city like a trap star going forward. Running through the city, yeah, we running through the city.
Go, let's go. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
the little subtleties. And I know it might feel weird at first because you're not used to doing it. Running is such a fun thing to actually articulate. You can just go, you know what I'm saying? You can move. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever. Like, you can play around with that so much. So, same advice, but I love the song. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you.
Where can they find you at?
I don't have any social media at the time,
But you will.
I'm trying to work on that. Yes.
I love it. I love it. Give it up for AJ Holmes, everybody. Woo! Running through the city with my woes. Speaking of my woes, I have the names of some of them in this basket here for the Music Lab giveaway. Out of breath. All the running on the stage. So the first one is going to be for one of our Music Lab t-shirts. Please give me a phantom drum roll, please. Jackson Knox. Woo! I'll give it to y'all when we're done because I'm going to have to sort through them. Just remember what you got. Okay. Another t-shirt for, music drum roll, please. Ella Tierney. Woo! All right, now this last one here is for the Music Lab hoodie. Give it up one more time. Drum roll, please. Sarah Cobb? Is there a Sarah Cobb here? All right, yes! Congratulations! So as soon as we wrap, I'll meet you guys on the side of the stage and I will give you guys your apparel. You guys have been such an amazing audience. I want to make sure that you remember we're going to be back here on Friday, April 28th. Our special guest is going to be a wonderful local poet and musician named Britt Nicole. Going to be here for National Poetry Month. If we got any young poets out there in the house, and this is going to be your time to shine for sure, you can share some poetry. You don't even need music if you don't want to. But I'm excited to see more, excited to hear more. And make sure you follow us at gwmusiclab.com. Whew, still out of breath. Okay, look at y'all know who sponsors are, right? Daniel M. Swerve Charitable Trust. Of course, thank you very much to Hyphen for presenting this for us through Radio Milwaukee. Thank you again to Ian's Pizza. And give it up for yourselves, guys. My name is Be Free, and I hope y'all have a wonderful night, especially if you're watching at home. Peace. Freeze. That's how I had to end the program because we're live streaming. Everybody come on stage for a picture. Woo! Come on stage for a picture. Come on stage for a picture. Come on stage for a picture. Hey, come to the stage, please. Everybody. Everybody. Please do not leave. We need pictures of everybody as we get on stage.